Hey everyone, Mike here. No, this is not a mistake. You are getting a second channel update for January. And maybe you're seeing where this is going because in the previous one, I was talking about the master's program I'm starting. This was the first week, um, and how I was looking forward to maybe relaxing by streaming some stuff. And uh, yeah, I had no idea what I was in store for, especially this first week. Week for me is Tuesday to Tuesday now. And it was really rough, really rough, especially for an intro course. Now, I think things were a little worse off maybe because we didn't meet for our first scheduled class. Um, so basically, just kind of thrown into the deep end and trying to figure out what to do just based on the syllabus. I misread the syllabus. I haven't done all this like APA stuff in so long for citations and format and all that kind of fun stuff. So, uh, yeah, I didn't really have any time to do anything this week. I did play some Stellaris with a buddy of mine for a couple hours one night. I played with him I think earlier on in the week as well, which was a huge mistake because I had no idea how much work was in store for me. I just kind of was going off of the assumption that, hey, it's the first week of class. How bad could it be? I also, like I think I said, just totally misread the syllabus on one of the things. So I was scrambling like 4 hours before a paper was due to write something. And less a paper, a discussion thing, but it still has to be all APA stuff. So, um, yeah, I find out now that the teacher isn't really all that much of a stickler for deadlines, which is great in a way, but for me is actually probably a horrible thing because I have historically had a huge tendency to procrastinate on things, and I really can't deal with that stress anymore. This week, the stress of this week was very very difficult on me. I'm glad my health held up, but at the same time, I feel very motivated now to get assignments and stuff done, or at least get well through them, understand basically how much effort it's going to take, and do that way before the deadline. In case anyone's curious about what my week actually looked like, I had to read the first two chapters in our textbook, which were not particularly easy. Again, kind of jumping into the deep end. Definitely needed to reorient my brain towards learning. It took me, what was it? I think it was 6 hours with like an hour break in the middle for food to read two chapters, which was very humbling because previously, 15 years ago in school, I could read a, well, obviously chapter is relative, but I could have read the same amount of material in probably three. I probably could have done it in around half the amount of time and retain the knowledge. Whereas this time it's taking me twice as long and I don't feel like I'm retaining the knowledge. So there was that reading. I had to read a journal article, do a discussion board post of about a page, still in all the APA stuff, respond to another student's discussion board, um, do this very intense assignment. um, Thought it'd be pretty easy at first, and then I ended up with a 9-page paper, fully cited, referenced, abstract, conclusion, and all that kind of stuff. So, and then spending so much time just on the APA's website trying to figure out, if I'm citing things correctly since I haven't done this in so long. And of course, they don't have like all the information there. They want you to buy their book. And the only one you can buy it from is them. You can't even buy it on Amazon and get it overnighted. So I need to do that now. But so let's see, that was the two chapters, two assignments, plus another response, and then two more chapters. Oh yeah, and then there was an article, journal article, and then a second journal article, all in 1 week. And for me, it ended up being about half a week because, again, I kind of misread the syllabus. I wasn't the only one though. So what does this look like for the channel now that we're 5 minutes in and I've just been griping about school? Well, this next week should be easier. It's just 2 chapters, a journal article, a discussion post, and a reply. So, so I think that'll be all right. I basically, you know, I'm caught up on the reading up to this point. I don't think I necessarily had to do the extra 2 chapters last week. The syllabus said I did, but based on what class was like this week, I think I could have gotten away with not doing it. But I don't want to do that. It's nice to kind of already have that behind me, and I'm not going to retain a lot of that information, but it should be quicker to reread it now for the assignments this week. But the reading I do have to do will be for class for the next week as well. And but it should be essentially half the amount of work. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to find at least one day. That is my goal, is to find one day where I can stream. And I've been considering, as much as I've always been against this in the past, I'm considering scheduling like 1 stream a week so that people know when I'm going to be on. It'll hold me accountable, and I'll actually make sure it happens. I'll probably put it maybe Tuesday night, maybe Wednesday night. Most of my papers tend to be due, or assignments tend to be due on Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday. So if I throw it at the beginning of the week, I'll be less likely to cancel it. It'll be more likely to interfere with my schoolwork, but 1 stream shouldn't be an issue. And then if I'm getting to the end of the week and I've got all my work out of the way, then I can throw in some extra little bonus streams, or I can record something for YouTube or something. So that's about it. Unfortunately, I was really hoping to be able to do a lot more, but at this point, I really need to prioritize my schoolwork. Not that y'all aren't a priority, but schoolwork is going to come first. Sorry. This is very important. This is for the rest of my life here. I finally am interested in doing something as a career, and it's going to take a lot of work to get to the point where I can do that effectively and competently. So schoolwork's definitely the priority. Next is my family and friends. Not that y'all aren't my friends, but it's a lot more difficult when someone calls you up or sends you a text and wants to do something. To say no, then, well, you guys don't have a way to contact me like that. You don't know my cell phone number. I mean, you could email me or post something on Discord, and I would see that relatively quickly. But even though even though recording and streaming aren't the top priorities, they are still a priority and something I still want to do, something I enjoy. And a big part of that is obviously interacting with you guys. So that's why, again, I said last time I was going to focus on streams, and I still anticipate that. Let's see, anything else? I don't think so. I'll probably start with Subnautica, unless Dwarf Fortress update comes up. And we'll go from there. So if anyone has any questions, concerns, comments, words of encouragement, anything like that, feel free to post them in the discussions. I'd love to read it and reply to you. Otherwise, have a great night, day, wherever you are, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.